Hello everyone and welcome to Burn Your Books, Open Your Mind. I'm your friend and host BYBOYM and you are watching Foundation for NEET. We started our journey in life processes with digestion and absorption, and today's topic is liver, gallbladder and pancreas. In today's video we are going to understand the significance of liver, gallbladder and the pancreas in digestion. The liver is the largest gland of the body, situated on the right side of the abdomen just below the diaphragm. The liver contains two lobes that are covered by a sheath known as Glisson's capsule. It weighs around 1.5 to 1.8 kilograms in males and 1.2 to 1.4 kilograms in females. We know that cell is the structural and functional unit of life, and so are neurons for the nervous system. Similarly, hepatic lobules are the structural and functional units of the liver that contain hepatic cells. Hepatocytes produce and secrete around 0.5 to 1 liter of bile per day. The bile produced is stored in the gallbladder and the bile has an average pH of 8.0. So what is bile juice? Bile juice is a mixture of bile salts and bile pigments along with water, cholesterol and phospholipids. Bile is a yellow-green fluid. What are bile salts? Bile salts help in the digestion of fats. They are sodium bicarbonate, sodium taurocholate and sodium glycopolate. So what are bile pigments? Bile pigments are waste products produced upon the destruction of old RBCs in the liver. Bile pigments are bilirubin and biliverdin. What are the functions of bile? The first function of bile is to make the chyme alkaline. That is, the food coming from the stomach is acidic in nature due to the presence of hydrochloric acid and is therefore required to be made alkaline in order for the pancreatic enzymes to act on it. The second function of bile is the emulsification of fats. Before understanding emulsification, let's first understand two concepts. The first, like dissolves like, that is, polar compounds dissolve in polar solvents and non-polar compounds dissolve in non-polar solvents. This means NaCl or table salt having ionic bond and being polar in nature would dissolve in water, but not in an organic solvent such as acetone, benzene or ether. Similarly, fatty stains such as grease or food stains would dissolve in a non-polar solvent such as acetone, benzene, ether and petrol, but they would not dissolve in water. The next thing we are going to understand is what is a micelle. When amphiphilic molecules such as phospholipids are dissolved in a polar solvent such as water, they form aggregates in water in a way that the polar part of the molecule is towards the outer side and the non-polar part is towards the inner side. There is a striking similarity between the micelle and biological membranes. Plasma membrane, for example, is made of phospholipid molecules that are amphiphilic in nature. Amphi means both and philic means loving. Therefore, amphiphilic molecules are both water-loving and lipid-loving. This is possible to understand if we take a look at a phospholipid molecule. A phospholipid molecule has both polar and non-polar parts. The polar head is aligned towards the outside and the non-polar part of the molecules is aligned towards the inside, away from the water. So what do you understand by the emulsification of fat? Fats are insoluble in water and therefore form large globules like micelle. In order for enzymes to act upon them, larger globules must be broken down into smaller globules to increase the surface area for enzymatic action. This process of degradation of large fat globules into smaller droplets is called emulsification. So what are the functions of liver? Number 1, it secretes bile juice. Number 2, it produces urea. Number 3, it acts as a storage site for glycogen. Number 4, synthesis of vitamin A from beta carotene. Number 5, synthesis of RBCs in embryo stage. Number 6, secretion of heparin, which is an anticoagulant, and secretion of plasma proteins, fibrinogen and prothrombin. Number 7, detoxification of drugs, toxins and chemicals. Number 8, elimination of worn out RBCs, WBCs, pathogens and foreign particles through phagocytic cells. Now moving on to what is your pancreas. Pancreas is a greyish pink gland that is soft and lobulated. Pancreas weigh around 60 grams and are about 2.5 cm wide and 12 to 15 cm long. The pancreas secrete alkaline pancreatic juice having pH of 8.4. The hepatopancreatic duct carries the pancreatic juice to the duodenum. The enzyme enterokinase secreted by the intestinal glands present in the secus entericus or intestinal juice converts the inactive proenzyme trypsinogen into active enzyme trypsin. So what is the composition of pancreatic juice? It contains protein digesting enzymes such as trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidase. It contains carbohydrate digesting enzyme, pancreatic amylase. It contains fat digesting enzyme, pancreatic lipase. It contains nucleotide digesting enzyme, nucleases, and it contains bicarbonates. So what is your gallbladder? Gallbladder is a small yellowish green sac situated on the inferior surface of the right lobe of the liver. It is about 3 cm in width and with a capacity of 30 to 50 milliliters. The main function of the gallbladder is to store and concentrate bile. Upon the arrival of fatty food in the small intestine, the pancreas releases bile in the duodenum via the hepatopancreatic duct. The sphincter of Oddi is a muscular valve that regulates and controls the flow of bile and pancreatic juice into the duodenum through the ampulla of Vater. Let's understand what are the ducts involved here. The first duct is the cystic duct that carries bile from the gallbladder. The bile is collected from the liver via two ducts that are the right hepatic duct and the left hepatic duct. Together they form the common hepatic duct. The common hepatic duct along with the cystic duct is known as the common bile duct. The common bile duct merges with the pancreatic duct and is known as hepatopancreatic duct. The flow of bile from the hepatopancreatic duct is controlled by the sphincter of Oddi, which is a muscular valve. Now moving on to do you know, the first point is if the excretion of bile pigments is blocked, the pigments can accumulate in the blood resulting in a yellowish appearance of tissue and prominently the eyes. Such a condition is termed jaundice. Point 2. The gallbladder is shaped like a pear. Point 3. Gallstones like kidney stones are common and more frequent in women. Point 4. Yes, cholesterol is the main cause of gallstones. Number 5. The pancreas can sense blood sugar levels and they are responsible for maintaining healthy glucose levels in the body. We hope that you like our content. If it is so, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe our channel.